Think it's too early to start thinking about snow? Well, you don't have to be a sledhead to get excited about the winter preview we have in store for you today. Hi, everybody. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth. Today, we're exploring the Monte Cristo area in side-by-sides.
From there, Steve Human slows things down as he shows off the advantages and quiet pleasures of living a fulfilling life in rural Utah community.
And poor Reece is reporting to us from Palm Springs. Some guys just can't catch a break, huh?
On the outdoors right now with AYL. Well, I'm kind of out here in the middle of nowhere, and I'm taking my luck at seeing if I can get from point A to point B. Is this still legal in Utah to hitchhike? I don't know. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth, and we're out here by Monte Cristo looking at the snow to come. Hey,
that's that At Your Leisure guy.
And,
what's your name?
Rhea. I'm Rhea.
No, you're Chad Booth. Hey, welcome to At Your Leisure, everybody.
We are actually up here at Monte Cristo to kind of check out the coming snowmobile season. And there's a lot of opportunity up here year-round, but there's also a lot of private property. So we're just kind of scoping out what's here between Hardware Ranch and where we got off at the parking lot.
And we're with our good friends from ADSSS, and we got Sheriff Thompson with us.
From Weber County. We've got a lot of people with us today in this entourage. So I was really only kidding about being stranded out here. I was just seeing if the sheriff is going to actually give me a ticket.
I don't know if he'll give you a lift, though. You're kind of trouble.
I do look shady. Anyway, let's find out a little bit about the area and what your opportunities are here year-round.
So we're up at Monte Cristo, one of the biggest snowmobile areas in Utah. It's in Weber County, and it's just really a mecca for all snowmobilers. Whether you want to do trails or mountain riding, trees, everything. So it's just a great area for everybody to come, and it's not that far from homes. And you can get up here, within, depending on where you live, 45 minutes, hour and a half, which isn't that far to be up in the mountains, to go camping, be secluded, and spend time with family.
This area is actually one of the biggest in the state of Utah for snowmobiling. As far as side-by-sides and ATV trails, they're everywhere. I mean, you can go all the way to Bear Lake. I've done it before, is drive from here all the way up to Bear Lake, have lunch, turn around and come back, and I mean, you can do that easily within a day. And it's awesome to see the different terrain and all the different country that's up here. So I bring my family up here all the time, and we sometimes go snowmobiling, sometimes we just stay in the parking lot and sled on the hills there. So it's got plenty of opportunity for anybody that, whether you have snowmobiles or not, come up and you can have a good time up here.
So there's camping, hunting, fishing at certain lakes, side-by-sides. People ride side-by-sides all over, ATVs, dirt bikes, it's a great recreational area that everybody gets to use.
It's got a variety of, big cliffs to big mountains to flat rolling hills. It's got a great combination of everything. There's ponds all through the area here, so very scenic, and then you got the elk refuge over here you can go check out, and pretty cool. So
growing up, we have a business in the Ogden area, and we would come up here for snowmobiling, and we've done that my whole life since I was young, and riding on the back of a snowmobile. And now as I get my kid older and start bringing him riding, this is where we'll come, because there's just so much diversity of what you can do. And in the summertime, it's just a great area to find adventure, and you know where the trails are going to go. There's great maps for this area, so you're not going to get lost, and it's just really well known.
Rhea, did you ever have any idea there'd be so much to see and do up around here?
No, and I cannot believe that how expansive this private property is up here. This is amazing.
Yeah, we could just keep going and get all the way up to the elk preserve.
Yeah, there's hunters out today too. We saw them.
I hope they're not up there.
No, no.
Well, right now it's time for us to leave this location and take you to our travel destination this week on At Your Leisure, something totally different.
Before we moved out here, I used to travel the Wasatch Front every day, and I had an hour and a half in the morning at about 4:30 or 5 in the morning down, and I had about 2.5 to 3 hours going back.
We think of the 21st century as being fast-paced and advanced, where everything moves at the speed of thought. And that perception is often squashed by the reality of congestion and overbooked lives where every second is scheduled and controlled by a cell phone or tablet. We long for escape, but worry we'll be leaving the world behind if we do. It's a lack of balance that keeps us confined to our cubicles and cars. Well, 90 minutes from the urban centers of the West, you can still find a slower pace that somehow moves just as fast as you need it to. That's not a contradiction, just a fact of life along Highway 40 in the confines of Duchesne County. Here, the world goes on seemingly forever, with adventure of every type right at your fingers. But those opportunities don't come at the expense of your connectivity. It's rural and urban, wrapped up with ATVs and open trails. Welcome to the 21st century Duchesne County style.
We love that lifestyle. It's part of the reason that we chose to come back here to the Uinta Basin, because we wanted to raise our children in a place that gave them access to some of the unique aspects of living in a rural setting and growing up on a farm.
People kind of look at small towns differently, like we're backwards or we don't have everything else. And you look out here, we've got as good internet speeds as I've had, as anybody's got anywhere. I can still stay connected. It's just a great place. We still have, I think our quality of life is a lot higher than it is out on the front.
And it's a community of family. And we all know each other, and it's just simply that. It's a community of family.
Roosevelt and Duchesne are generally most well known for their oil reserves as opposed to their lifestyle and beauty. Over the past few years, as more and more people have moved to Utah, that's started to change. Now, instead of an oil town always on the verge of boom or bust, these cities have begun to thrive because of their proximity to historic trails, towering mountains, and the chance to experience the robber roots of the Old West, all while still in cell coverage.
I think people choose to live here primarily for the way of life that it offers. Obviously, great recreation. You've got the High Uinta Mountains and wilderness area just north of us here, 15 to 20 miles. You're basically there in 20 minutes to where you can hike and ride horses and play and hunt and fish pretty much endlessly and limitlessly. Just a lot of public land that allows citizens to kind of be free and enjoy themselves.
We've lived here just a few short months, and already we've camped a ton, hanging out with family and riding ATVs and just all of the outdoor recreational stuff that we love to do in our free time. I've been able to spend time with my dad fishing at Starvation this year.
We've got some great lakes up in the Uintas. We've got the Green River that's really close by, and so I love getting up there and doing some fishing and really enjoy that.
Balancing the adventurous side of Duchesne and Roosevelt with their rural lifestyle wouldn't be a feat in and of itself. After all, lots of small western towns are able to do that just fine. But when you add in the growing focus on urban amenities like hyperspeed internet, healthcare, conference centers, golf courses, and restaurants, the real balancing act comes into focus. It's not rural versus urban with some recreation thrown in. It's all of those things together, taken equally. That's what makes the basin such an interesting discovery for explorers in need of all three. Sometimes the freedoms of the modern world can be as restricting as they are liberating. It's nice to be able to leave it all behind in search of adventure without ever really having to leave it all behind. That's the wonderful contradiction that is Duchesne County.
We really enjoy the opportunities here, and the local community's nice. I like to be able to go to the store and know the people that are there at the store, or if we go to the sporting activities at high school and whatever, we know those. These are the people we live with, we have got to know, and it's just nice.
Well, I think a lot of people come to Duchesne County, come to our area because of that. They don't want to be a part of a big urban center. They don't want to be a part of the hustle and bustle. They like to be a part of a community that feels more friendly, that's more close-knit, and Duchesne County, Roosevelt, and the Basin can provide that.
And there's no traffic to be found. For AYL, I'm Steve Newman.
It's time for the Black Friday sale you actually want to go to. November 24th and 25th in Camas, Weller Recreation is making Black Friday worth waking up for. Get the best deal of the year on all your climb gear. 35% off in-stock clothing, 20% off in-stock accessories, and 40 to 60% off all non-current apparel. It all starts November 24th at 10 a.m. Get into Weller Recreation Superstore right off Highway 248 going into Camas. If you want more info, check out wellerrec.com.
We're more connected now than ever before, but are we connected in the right ways? Maybe it's time to unplug and make some real connections at Utah Family Lodges. With beautiful facilities across Utah from Bear Lake to St. George, we're the perfect destination for your next family reunion or corporate retreat. On-site activities include swimming, hiking, mountain biking, fishing, skeet shooting, lawn games, bird hunting, kayaking, canoeing, and more, guaranteeing an adventurous retreat. With a wide variety of facilities, Utah Family Lodges accommodate group sizes from 10 to 150. It's time to connect. Find out more at utahfamilylodges.com.
Beautiful scene, isn't it? The great wide spaces of the wild, wild west. Hi, I'm Chad Booth, host of At Your Leisure. I'm asking you to support the Blue Ribbon Coalition. Their efforts responsibly preserve access to our public lands. If it were not for the Blue Ribbon Coalition and their efforts, you may not have access to millions of acres of land across the West. This is America's playground, and if we don't do anything, we are going to lose it. Join, participate, and donate.
Hello everybody, welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Rick Peterson, and today I get to do a review on my dream machine. This is the Argo Avenger. This is the special Huntmaster version, which is an 8x8. This is an all-season machine, and a big part of that is what's under the hood. I'm going to ask manufacturer rep from Argo, Rob Lewis, to come in and show me how to get to the engine and what's underneath. Just take this accessory rack off, pop the hood. Easy access. Under the hood, we find a Kohler V-twin 747cc fuel-injected engine. The electronic fuel injection system on this machine is similar to what you'd find on a modern-day car, including the air-to-fuel sensor that is continually monitoring the air-fuel mixture regardless of altitude or temperature, so you're always getting the maximum efficiency and power that this machine can provide. As a cabin owner for the last 25 years here in the mountains of Utah, I've had to use a snowmobile during the winter months to get into my cabin. I've got to admit, I've always been a little jealous of my neighbor who had that big expensive snowcat. But today, I found out for about 100 grand less than he paid for that snowcat, I can turn this machine into a snowcat. And the cost of adding a track conversion to this machine is less than half of that to adding a track conversion to a UTV unit. And here's how it works. You simply turn the tires around so the offset sets them out away from the body. You can then add an 18-inch by 10-foot track conversion with no additional mechanical parts. What you end up with is a track that's twice as wide, more than twice as long as a UTV conversion. This creates excellent flotation on top of the snow. Simply add the optional cab, heater, and a trailer. You, your family, and your gear arrive in style. Oh, did I mention? This thing's amphibious. I can sell my duck boat, my fishing boat. This does it all. Take a look at these specialized tires with the reverse angle that acts as a cup will propel this unit over 3 miles an hour in the water. Well, I could spend a couple of more hours telling you about all the amazing features of these machines, but we've got a couple of them here today. I'm going to take off my hunting clothes, put on my play clothes, and go show you exactly what they'll do.
Argo has been doing this a long time, 50 years. The one thing about Argo is simplicity. They have found and tried and true, tested many different types of drive applications, and so they know what works and what does not work. The last thing you want to do is get something overly complex and have it fail or break where you can't fix it. You have a simple drive system with a transmission that powers chains and sprockets that powers all 8 wheels. And about 60% of the Argo users are recreation users, hunters involved in that, but the depth of that goes quite a bit deeper. There's cabin owners, which is a big application because you can get numerous people into their cabins in any season. So you have your snow season, your summer season, it's accessible. The other thing that people do is obviously, since they're amphibious, is to hunt upland birds, fish out of them, or just paddle around a lake. Also off-road, they handle really well on the trail, so where you take ATVs, where you take UTVs, you can also take an Argo. So there's really no terrain that you can't take an Argo on. So they're much more versatile than you think. We have vehicles, well, we have vehicles that we put on the moon, so we've been lunar and back.
If you like to recreate and you want to take it to the extreme, there's no better machine than the Argo. And the Argo specialists are Jorgensen's right here in Richfield. Come down and they'll take great care of you. I'm Rick Peterson. We'll be right back with more at your leisure.
Look south to adventure. Look south to beauty. Look south to San Juan County. Out here, the road goes on forever, and what you'll find will change how you see the world. Climb on your OHV and discover forgotten landscapes and vistas that challenge the imagination. From Blanding and Monticello to the cliff faces of Monument Valley, we're open and ready for you to explore. San Juan County, Utah's Canyon Country.
Introducing the lightweight shot starter. Only on the 2018 Ski-Doo mountain sleds. With next generation engine and platform. For the unmatched power and handling to own the next ride. Ski-Doo. What matters is what's next.
Save up to $2,000 on select 2017 models, plus great financing.
Welcome to Castle Country, a land as diverse as its people, and a rural area that relies on responsible use of the land. Here, you will find adventure at every turn. From mountain peaks to sun-swept deserts, Castle Country has it all.
You know, it's really interesting, Rhea, to get a different perspective of what this place looks like when there's no snow on it. I've never actually been up here this time of year.
I know. It is amazing. And the private land up here is just expansive.
It's true. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are at the Monte Cristo area, and we are riding by ATVs. And of course, this dusting is a precursor that I'll bet you in a month it'll be snowmobile weather up here.
Oh, most definitely.
So all you people, go sit in your bathtub with ice around you just to get warmed up for it. But you know,
yeah,
when you do see it without the snow, you realize all of a sudden there's a lot of private property around here. These people have got cabins and lodges, and sometimes you don't think about the fact that what you do in the snow leaves an impact when there is no snow, and it does affect private property owners.
We want folks that recreate up here to remember that sometimes they're on private property, sometimes on public property. Either way, we want them to be respectful and to operate safely.
So the vast majority of the southwest-northwest area around the snowmobile parking lot are private property. What's happening is people are going into the private properties, they're ignoring the no trespassing signs. They're leaving garbage on the private property, so when the snow melts, the landowners show back up in the summer, they're cleaning up all the garbage. Please pack out what you pack in. What we're also being told by the landowners is their tough sheds and sometimes their cabins, the roofs, are being used as jumps for the snowmobilers.
And you know, in most cases, it's not intentional. But sometimes we forget that it's important not to run over fences, gates, cross property we don't belong in. You know, we have landowners that own property up here, and while they grant us access, and we appreciate the fact that they do, we can lose that.
See, Rhea, this is exactly the point that we're trying to make. Somebody tosses this without snowmobiling in the winter, you don't notice it. You know, the snow covers it. Oh yeah, no big deal. It'll be gone tomorrow, snow's over it. But then when the snow melts, then the guy's pasture is full of crap like this. And if it had been glass, somebody could have hurt themselves on it. You really have to pay attention.
Yeah, because guess what? If you keep doing it, nobody's ever going to be able to recreate out here.
That's right. People will start closing their lands. Yeah. And that applies to even if you're renting. All right, right now, it's time for us to go away to our trailhead adventure brought to you every week by Rocky Mountain ATV MC.
I'm Reece Stein at your leisure in Palm Springs, California, but not the Palm Springs of golf, tennis, and high-end resorts. This is the wild Palm Springs of rugged desert and beautiful, lush oases.
Think Palm Springs, you think of year-round golf courses, swimming pools, and windmills, and maybe blazing heat. But now is the time to enjoy the desert paradise with sunny skies and fall temperatures in the 80s. We made a new discovery on our latest trip, Whitewater Preserve, up a side canyon just 20 minutes from downtown Palm Springs, but a world apart from the turmoil of the city. This 2,800-acre oasis is a perfect getaway. The year-round Whitewater River carves the canyon, surrounded by mountains protected as a federal wilderness area. The preserve includes a historic trout farm, and the renovated ponds are loaded with monster rainbow trout. The preserve bought the farm and manages it as a scenic attraction. Sorry, no fishing allowed, but you can feed them with free food available at the visitor center, a restored building from the old fish farm. We love to hike, and the 3.5-mile long Whitewater Canyon View Loop fits our schedule perfectly. The trail leaves the visitor center and crosses the Whitewater River. The bridge is occasionally washed away by floods. We soon run into folks going a lot further than we are.
How far have you come?
Just over 200 miles.
Wow.
Yeah.
How far are you going?
All the way to Canada, hopefully.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What are you going to do next week?
Right.
The Whitewater Trail joins a section of the 2,600-mile-long Pacific Crest Trail, which cuts through the preserve.
Well, this is the top. It's all downhill from here. Whitewater this way, Mexico that way.
We've climbed 475 feet in less than a mile for spectacular views of Whitewater Canyon. The Pacific Crest route heads off towards Canada, and we take the left fork on the Canyon View Trail along a gradual ridge with the stunning San Jacinto Mountains looming across Interstate 10. Half a mile west on Interstate 10, the Coachella Valley Preserve features 2 groves of giant fan palms. A 1-mile trail leads to the second grove with a pond full of adaptable native fish. You might even run into a Coachella Valley fringe-toed lizard, found nowhere else in the world but here. You may also enjoy the Palm Canyon Trail near downtown Palm Springs. This scenic 2-mile loop trail is ideal, but there is an entrance fee. But if desert hiking isn't your thing, take the Palm Springs aerial tram up 6,000 feet through 5 climate zones, from the Sonoran Desert to the alpine forest of Mount San Jacinto State Park, and get out of the heat. While many Utahns escape winter to the pleasures of Palm Springs, you shouldn't overlook the area's wild side. Reece Stein at your leisure, Palm Springs, California.
You know, mountain biking is a great activity, particularly in southern Utah in the colder months of winter. Here we are in November, and it's still delightful weather down in the Grand Staircase Escalante. The thing is, when you come back from your bike ride, you're all dirty. That's the great thing about having an RV from Ray City RV, because you've got a nice rest stop waiting for you at the trailhead. Make your dinner and enjoy a beautiful sunset. Ray City RV, your low price leader since 1946.
Family time, friend time, your time. You've been thinking about getting a machine, but which one is right for you? An ATV, side-by-side, or dirt bike? Stedman's Recreation has Utah's largest selection of Honda, Polaris, Yamaha, and Beta machines. See them all at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Need a tune-up, new tires, or want a winch? Stedman's Service Department can help.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high. stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
How come it is that every time you go out in the outdoors, you end up being really, really extra hungry, and you end up indoors eating really, really good food?
It's because you're burning so many calories, having so much fun.
That's true. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We have ended our day out of Monte Cristo, come back down into the town of Eden, and we are at Carlos and Harley's. This is a great place. Built in the 1890s as a general store. So part of this building is super old, and supposedly there's a very nice purple ghost that only harasses the employees when they don't give you killer service.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really
It's
interesting.
all under history right here.
Look, I got my own mic, by the way.
Oh, that's true. You do.
And check out this food.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I got the quesadilla. Yeah.
I'm going basically meatless or meated. I'm trying the wings. Let's see. I'm within 10 miles of Buffalo, New York. That's pretty good.
Awesome. I bet that is good.
Anyway,
All right.
let's get on to a calendar of events so that we can sit and take some time to eat while you're not watching.
Yeah, we want to talk about the Black Friday event at 80 SSS in West Haven. If you haven't been out there, get yourself out there because they are some phenomenal prices and incredible merchandise.
Rhea, I think we should get a testimonial, seeing as how we have them.
Well, they're
there
right
now.
here.
Okay, so Steph, what's coming up for this event?
So with Black Friday, we have sales on all of our gear, parts, accessories. We have some big specials coming up on gloves, socks, great stocking stuffers that you can just save a ton of money on by coming in on Black Friday.
You got electric socks?
No electric socks, no. We do have electric goggles, that's true.
Ooh, cool. I got to come see that. All right.
And our AYL sticker winner this week is a Facebook winner. Get away.
Congratulations to the owner of this 4x4. Look at that, 2 stickers. Talk about a fan.
And look at that license plate. It's Cash Pit. I love it.
You are the winner of a family pass to Fast Carts. See, liking our Facebook page has perks.
Yes, it does. Congratulations. To win your prize, all you've got to do is call our office, 801-947-8888, and you will be the lucky winner. Now, we're going to go to next week's show, and I want you to watch closely so we can eat. Here, now will you eat it?
Yes, thank you.
Next week is our Thanksgiving Spectacular. Chad, Rhea, Steve, and the whole dang gang will be getting together to celebrate the holiday that causes us to reflect on what we're grateful for. Good food and a fantastic show next week. There's already snow up on the peaks of the Wasatch Range, which means snowmobile season is upon us. We'll show you the best places to go and how to be safe while you're out there. Join us for our Thanksgiving episode in 7 days.
Looks like a great show next week, but right now we've got great food to eat, and again, I don't want to eat in front of you, so we're going to wrap it up and say goodbye. Thank you to 80 SSS and all the great stuff they do. Thank you to the Sheriff's Department in Weber County, not only for showing up today, but for when your search and rescue shows up anytime we're in trouble.
Yeah, and do you know search and rescue is all volunteer? Those dudes are out there volunteering. That is amazing to me.
That's true.
You guys rock.
So remember, as we always say, there's adventure around every bend.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure. At your leisure.
See you later. All right, guys, Pastor, you want to see?
Out in New Haven, it's their Black Friday sale.
It's in West Haven.
Shoot, did I say New Haven?
They call it New Haven all the time. I'm like, I'm sure people will watch that.